This same time period, it parallels the rise of the Church of Satan in Los Angeles, and it was founded by a guy named Anton LaVey.
So it is done.
When I was a police officer, we had cases of satanic cults right in Arlington, Virginia. Those have been around for decades. They're in the high schools, they're in the colleges, they're in the government, and they're in Hollywood.
I got to meet people like Sammy Davis and that kind of shit. Sammy told me he worshiped the devil. Sammy was like, you know, Satan is as powerful as God. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He says, why do you think there's so much anger in the world and killing and murder and Satan? And he saw my reaction to it, and he kind of lightened up on it. And he was like, the Dantana is dark, and it's the candles on the table, and Sammy's face over the candles. You know, Satan is as powerful as God.
From our point of view, it really makes no difference whether you pray to a father god or to a mother goddess or to an entire gaggle of gods and goddesses.
Michael Aquino was a high-level officer in the National Security Agency. He was and is, you'll see him today, a practicing Satanist. He created the Satanic Temple of Set, which he still runs. He was a high-level NSA officer. He's a member of the association, now used to be in the Association of Former Intelligence Officers, AFIO. He's a member of that. He's plugged in big time to the intelligence community, and he wrote a paper called Mind War. And Mind War was about psychological operations against populations, including the domestic population, using Satanist techniques and tools.
Aquino was first involved in MK-Ultra operations during the Vietnam War as part of the Phoenix program.
Well, first, I've been involved in intelligence and psychological operations for about 40 years in all levels of it and across the intelligence community.
You are a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army.
Correct.
Now, and how does the Army feel about you being head of the Temple of Set?
The Army has known about my religion for the entire span of my Army career, which began in 1968. The Army has paid very little attention to it, the same as it would to anybody who is, say, a follower of Hinduism or of Buddhism or any other slightly unusual religion today.
Despite the fact that there were multiple witnesses that said Aquino, through satanic rituals, had abused them as children. There's no question that he's a practicing Satanist. Just watch any one of his interviews.
On this altar is one of a number of daggers, which we may use in our rituals. This one happened to belong to the commanding general of the most elite unit of Germany's infamous SS, which was concerned with black magic and occultism research in general. Anything that it could find that had to do with the origins of the human race, destiny of humanity.
The perverted view of the occult held by Heinrich Himmler was of an evil magic that could help create a new master race. Wewelsburg Castle is where he performed his ceremonies.
I have been to the Wewelsburg, which still preserves Heinrich Himmler's ritual chambers to this day, and have conducted a black magical ritual in the so-called Hall of the Dead beneath the Wewelsburg. This particular dagger is inscribed to our comrade in the Leibstandarte Theodor Wisch, Brigadeführer, a major general in the Waffen-SS. And on its blade, it bears the inscription, Mein Ehre heißt Treu, or my honor shall be known by my faithfulness.
Aquino's thesis stated that enemy populations could be subdued by inflicting a state of psychological terror and feelings of imminent destruction. He discusses the use of psychotronic weapons and electromagnetic weapons that influence the mind. By extremely low frequency signals, piggybacked on broadcasted radio, TV, or microwave communications in order to influence and manipulate the thoughts and feelings of the target population. These ongoing MK-Ultra operations are functioning as a counterinsurgency and infiltration operation aimed at destabilizing the United States and other industrialized nations.
And without further ado, I'm just going to
pop us back on screen now, my darlings. Here we go. Welcome back to the Really Woke Show with myself, Really Woke Roxanne, my awesome co-host, Really Woke Jim, and our amazing guest tonight, Robin Reborn. We're going to be talking to you all about everything that was aforementioned in the thumbnail and much, much more. We thought it was going to be useful to you all to give you a little bit of a background about some of these most contentious topics that we're going to come across tonight, some of which Keri has had personal experience with. So there isn't a somber vibe, but we're just being a little bit serious here at the start, just so that you all know what you're getting yourselves in for when you've tuned into tonight's show. Keri is going to be talking about her own personal life experience. And before we do that, we will give you a bit of a synopsis and a background on said topics. Before we do that, though, my darling Robin, I'm going to just give a shout out to the chat room, because some of them have been there from about 8:15 tonight. And we've been a little bit late, but we were getting grappled before we went live. Yeah,
we had a few issues trying to get going. So you're sounding good now. We was having a lot of volume issues and stuff like that. But hello, everyone.
Shout out to Zenith ABC Deadlock. Massive, massive love and respect to you. Armin Stanstone as well. Lovely to see you in the chat room. I love seeing new names. Star Knight as well.
Underground.
Yeah.
Luke Kennedy.
Yeah.
David Giles.
Loving that. And what's that one?
Alexa
as well. Woke Realist as well. Ashley OUFC Brown as well. Great to have you in there. And there's Keri as well. There's Keri in the chat room, everyone.
There she is.
And we will, as we're going along, we will try and get, if people have got questions and queries as we're going through, we will try and get back in touch with the chat room and kind of make you feel involved as we're going through tonight, because we understand that many of you in the chat room may have heard about some of these things tonight, but you may not have looked and delved into them for yourself. So just to let you know, Keri's in the chat room as well, my darlings. Charlie Boma as well.
Hayley T.
Oi, oi. Loving that. Absolutely loving that. Faisal as well. Indigo Child, big up my brother. Shout out to you for tuning in as well, my darling. Katie, lovely to see you as well, my darling. I'm loving this, Robin.
Ruby.
You've got a beautiful amount of support in the chat room tonight. I see Ruby in the chat room as well. Lovely to see you, sweetie. Ask Why as well. Maggie Ray. We've got people, international viewers this evening as well from the United States of America. We've got Sleeping Warrior. We've got Gorgeous Goddess Nut in the chat room as well. Hello, my darling. Charlotte Ashton Jones as well. Jax, Dobby, Darcy's Geneva as well. Lovely to see you. Neelam as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. If I've missed anyone out, I'm so sorry. I'm just going up now to make sure that we haven't missed anyone, but hopefully we haven't. Yes, I think what we'll do is, without further ado, we will introduce our beautiful girlie this evening, Robin Reborn, who is exactly as that name states. She's a wonderful woman who has managed to rebirth her life and live a life new, considering what she's been through. Robin, my darling, thank you so much for joining us this evening. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I've had a very chilled weekend, to be honest. It's been very manic recently, attending all the rallies and stuff. And at the moment, I'm just, just chilling out and just having some me time.
Yeah, me time is very, very important. Now that I've actually got Robin to say a full sentence on the show, I need to ask the audience, can you press 1 if you can hear Robin okay, and can you press 2 if you're having a little bit of difficulty hearing Robin? I just need a little bit of feedback from you in the chat room. So press 1 if you were able to hear Robin perfectly, and press 2 if you were like struggling to hear her there. And in the meantime, shout out to you, Spirit Level, No New Normal in the chat room as well. Lovely to see you. And Chris Reed as well. Big love, my brother. Thank you so much for tuning in as well, my darling. As I said, we are going to get stuck into this tonight, but just to give you all a bit of a disclaimer.
We are getting grabbled.
We are getting grabbled. Yeah. Okay. Big time grabbled. Okay. We've got Robin's very low. Sound not good. Can't hear Robin. 2. It seems to be fluctuating. It's muffled for us too, Underground. We've tried a few things this evening, but it's like, this is like real-time censorship here. Robin has had a few interviews.
My headphones in. Let me see.
Yeah, that could possibly help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try that.
Okay.
They're not great. But,
okay. No worries. Suzanne, my darling, lovely to see you too. Thank you so much for joining us. And who else have we got there as well? I saw Skyline GTR as well. Thank you so much. Diana Carter as well. Thank you for joining us as well. We're just taking a little while to get set up this evening because we're being grappled a little bit.
We've had a nightmare even getting it on, really. They keep cutting out internets and all sorts.
Yeah, no, that's not helped. I don't think that's helped at all. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. So have you unplugged it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a bit better for some reason when you lean towards the laptop. So I'm not sure where the mic is, but it definitely was better when you leaned forward. So we'll do another. Say that again.
The mic's right at the top of the laptop, so I can literally speak like this.
That is a lot better.
I love it. That is a lot better.
But then you have to see my face really close up.
But just as well, you're a beautiful girl. Just as well, you're a beautiful girl. Beautiful soul as well.
Yeah.
So now tell us if everyone can hear Robin better. Please press 1 if you can hear her a little bit better, and press 2.
It might be better for your ears, but not your eyes. But
So yeah, press 1 if you can hear Robin now, and press 2 if you're still struggling, my darlings. And while we're there as well, T-Flip, thank you for joining us. Pat Riot as well. Local experimentalist, thank you very, very much for joining us, my darling. Great to see you all in the chat room. We really appreciate you all being here. Please like and share the stream. And a little bit 1. Yeah, so definitely when you get closer, darling, to the mic, everyone can hear you. That's a lot better. I'm getting in the chat room, getting lots of 1s now, sweetie pie. So I'm sorry for that, darling.
You can, if you do get a bit in depth, you can take your face off the picture for a little bit and have breaks and talk with the coming
whatever makes you comfy, sweetie.
So whatever if you feel like you're getting a bit upset,
I'm
whatever.
gonna get back pain because I'm literally like this.
Yeah, if you want to give your back a little bit of a break, then just pull the computer forward, sit back, and turn the sighting off if you want.
Yeah,
so you don't have to have your face if you don't want it constant on you.
Good job. Okay. Also, Just Joe in the chat room as well. I see you all, my darlings. Massive love and respect, and to Dean Stewart as well. I can't thank you all enough for taking the time to join us tonight while we talk to Keri. So Keri, without further ado, why don't we give the viewers a bit of a synopsis about satanic ritual abuse? There's no getting away from it. It's the elephant in the room at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can, in your own words, what would you say to the viewers that haven't looked into this? How would you class this?
So I would say it's extreme form of abuse. It's sadistic. It involves sexual, often it involves physical abuse, it involves emotional abuse and spiritual abuse. Often it involves aspects of mind control. And it's abuse that's done in a sort of like worship, religious setting. And yeah, I believe that these Satanists and Luciferians, that they know the way to control the soul is through the mind. So what I believe that they do is they will torture and traumatize victims in order to like fragment the human mind and dissociate it. And then when a victim's under that state, they can then, they can enter like trigger programs into the dissociated mind. They can attach demonic negative entities onto that person, and they will deliberately torture as much as possible in order to adrenalize the blood. I think they believe that the blood is the connection to the satanic source. So yeah, they will do certain rituals that release like the blood and energy and they'll do it in a sacrificial way to their god, which is Satan. It does. Like we said, it does involve it often involves the victim will be in a hypnotized state, or they'll be under some sort of mind controlling drug. And when they're in this state, the perpetrator can inflict abuse on their physical body and also sort of like their on the spiritual realm as well. That's what I experience anyway. And I'm sure quite a lot of people have now heard of the Omicron.
Yep. We have for sure. I know a lot of my subscribers. I know myself on the show. We've touched on it quite a few times over the last 18 months. It's pretty much the ugly truth, a lot of which a lot of people don't really want to acknowledge, or you know, I think people are far more comfortable with kind of thinking those kind of things are, you know, like outlandish conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Goodness, I think it's just something that people just shy away from, because I've known about this sort of stuff since I was a kid, but I just carried on with my life, went out drinking when I was young, got to like 25, still out drinking. And then when I had a child myself, it brings it all back to life, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So you start look at having a bit more empathy as a person.
Yeah, I think it would be easier
looking back into stuff like that.
So pretty much in the chat room, I think we've got a bit of a mix in the chat room at the moment. I think quite a few people in the chat room have looked into this. They understand that it's a self-evident truth. And there's some people, okay, right. So we're still, we're getting grabbled. We're getting so badly grabbled. Everyone, like, we're getting, Keri is almost inaudible. Like, wow, having problems hearing sounds like she's underwater. Are you joking me?
They don't know. They don't.
This is no joke, you know.
They are really messing with us.
You might have to come and do a proper interview.
We might have to get you in the studio, you know. We might have to, audience, I'm sorry that we're going to have to do this, but there's no way we're going to let Keri tell her story and we're going to have... We'll
try and bring her back in one more time.
This is someone that we know. We all know Liana, and I've met Liana in
person.
Liana.
Nabs is in the chat room as well.
Nabs is in the chat room as well. Listen, we're all having issues hearing Keri, so, and I promise you it's not us. There's nothing that we can do.
Should we try and bring her back in one more time, and then if not, we'll
go out and in again and just give
it. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. We should try and, so you pop out, darling, just leave the studio, and then what I would do is I would shut your laptop completely down, restart it, go back into the message, open the link, and come back in. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
All right, my darling girl. Yeah, Facebook's messing with the feed as well. So while Keri is gone, thank you, Liana, my darling. Thank you, Goddess Nut, as well. Yeah, massive respect to Robin, because not only has she survived this, she's got herself to the point where she's strong enough to talk about it. And again, a lot of people I've spoken to, including myself, you know, Jimmy, I've kind of only teetered around the edge of some of these things, like gang stalking, you know, satanic ritual abuse, spiritual warfare. I feel like there's a lot of grey areas with this, and there's a lot of things regarding this that a lot of us haven't really looked into.
And a lot of it's a lot closer to home than what you could ever comprehend. But it's I've looked into it a lot, but it's not for everyone. And a lot of my friends are like, come on, mate, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it. But I say to them, you have to, like, it's not a secret anymore. This stuff's out in the open. Has been for a long time as well, but people just shy away from it.
Yeah,
so it's just an uncomfortable topic, and it's the most horrific thing to happen on this planet.
Yeah,
it's absolutely horrific.
Yeah,
and
I can't thank everyone enough in the chat room as well for giving us feedback. You know, the fact that everyone can hear us, just fine.
Yeah, I think she was getting seriously grappled.
Like she's underwater.
Yeah, because we had trouble hearing her before we even went live, and we thought we'd give it a go and just ask the chat room, but it looks like we're just going to have to do a live interview of her at another date. She
comes to us or we go to her, one of the two, and that might be something that may crop up a lot more as well, because we are starting to struggle getting the technology to work for us, depending on how contentious the conversation seems to be.
So and we got a guideline strike on the other page today. So we're on the other YouTube at the moment.
We're not even able to
eventually we won't have any of them, because there's completely it's not going to take long.
Correct. I mean, at the moment we've got 2 backup channels streaming this on YouTube. We've got Facebook streaming it, and you're able to watch this on the website. But as I said, our main YouTube channel got community guidelines strike today. So it won't be able to post or do any lives or anything for the next 14 days. Thankfully, we have this channel that some of you are watching this on now. And if the one that you're watching has about 900 subscribers and you're on YouTube, we really need you to subscribe to that channel and hit all of the notifications. YouTube have done this because they know that the Really Woke Show is going out on Saturday and officially covering Saturday's event. So while we're waiting for Keri, why don't you let everyone know about Saturday while I get an image up on the screen for everybody?
Saturday's event is the Eyes Wide Open and Friends Save Our Children's March in London.
I'm just getting the image for it now.
Location to be announced on the date.
Just give me a second. May as well just do this properly, you know?
Let's get it up.
It's going to be an amazing event, and we're going to be there officially covering it and collaborating with some amazing individuals on that day. So is it there? I've got it on here. Yeah, it should be here. Here we go. We'll get there. I'm getting grabbled in all sorts of ways today. So here we go. Hold on. Boom. There we go. Share the screen. Let me just share this for you all. Can you all see that, my darlings?
Yeah.
Can you see? Everyone see? Yeah. So as you can see, that is Saturday, the 12th of December. All right. Obviously, follow the social medias. You can see all the social media things on there. Being as specific as I can be. That's all I'll say. I'm being as specific as I can be. But obviously you can see on that image there, you can see Eyes Wide Open, you can see Save Our Children, Fights for the Children, there's Truths there. And obviously follow this social media and spread the word, everybody. Okay?
Yeah, I've heard they've got a few good speakers going down, and it should be a good day. Hopefully a lot of people
it says here, the government's 2011 estimate stated there were 13,000 victims of modern slavery nationally, of which at least a quarter, more than 3,000, are believed to be children. However, this figure is long out of date and has been suppressed by the latest National Referral Mechanism statistics, which show the number of potential victims identified. Other estimates put the total number of UK victims roughly over 136,000. What's going on there? You see? People need to be more aware of these things. So shout out all of you in the chat room, MC Nabs as well in the chat room. If people get to London Bridge for 12-ish, you can get to the spot quick time. LOL. Love that. Absolutely love that. If there's so many stories like Robin's, I can't believe how much is out there and people walk around while this is happening underneath their noses. Yep.
I completely agree.
Well said. Protect yourselves with creator light. Absolutely. Well said, Robert. Thank you, Goddess Nut. I feel you guys. Direct interviews is the way forward. They'll do everything to mess your channel flow. I'm with you on that one. I really do feel like the next option is for us to either go to our guests or our guests come to us. And if that's what has to be done so that the story can get out there and she can be heard properly, clearly, concisely, then that is what's going to have to be done.
In the time being, though, we've got Robin's links in the chat room as well, haven't we?
Yep, they're all in the description as well. I'll pop them all in the description for you all, my
so
darlings.
You can get a bit of a better picture of
that. Go to Robin's social media, and from her social media, she's got a BitChute where she's done a video. In fact, shall we do that while we're waiting for Robin?
Yeah, let's play some of it. Yeah.
Okay. I think that is a
people
really
are waiting
lovely
to
idea.
hear what she's got to say, so we'll just give them a. Hopefully, she can sort out her.
So that's the one we'll play. I already know which one I'm going to play.
Yeah, let's
How
go
about
with
that,
this one.
treacles? Okay.
Hi, my name is Keri.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to hear her on this one.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yes, sir.
We're going to play this right now. So at least you can get a bit of a background. And then when we do get to speak to Robin again, hopefully we will get to speak to her tonight, but just should in case, we're going to play this for you all now. And don't worry, we will share the link for you all in the chat room. But we do feel that it's pertinent that you do get to hear at least a bit of the background of her story, because it's very real and it's very self-evident that she has gone through this. And if people are going to sleep at night pretending that this isn't happening, then they need to wake up and smell the coffee and understand that this is a self-evident truth. So without further ado.
I know there's a lot of people who just choose to ignore it. You get people like I've said to a few football fellas I know, they go to things like EDL marches, stuff like that. So you'll go and march and defend the statue, but you won't defend the children of your own country or defend. It's just crazy how people's minds work.
Yeah.
But I know it's not everyone's fault, because not everyone knows this information. But once you do know it, it's not time to sweep it under the carpet. It's time to really get it out there and help these people.
Yeah, well said. So without further ado, my lovelies, we're going to play this for you now. Just press 1 in the chat room if you can hear this properly, please.
Hi, my name is Keri, and I importantly need to start speaking out about something that happened to me in January this year. My story is outlandish, but please bear with me, it's my full truth. My story is very relevant to what is going on in the world right now. In fact, the people I'm dealing with here are undoubtedly the people that are pulling the strings behind all this corruption we're seeing right now with COVID. I will warn first that I will be talking about sexual assault and satanic ritual abuse. So I've been a victim of gang stalking. To define gang stalking, it's a criminal phenomenon in which loosely affiliated individuals relentlessly invade all areas of someone's life in order to drive the victim to suicide, incarceration, and institutionalization. In my case, I spoke very openly on my social media about a previous drugged sexual assault in which I named and shamed my perpetrator. Even 2 of his ex-girlfriends reached out to me and told me that he had abused them also. I have no doubt that my rapist is a Satanist, which makes sense because for years I was experiencing these night attacks where I had the visceral sensations of being held down and raped. I could even hear all the things in my ear that he was saying to me when he raped me, all the grotesque comments, and I could even feel his breath. Psychologically, this is termed sleep paralysis. However, these are spiritual attacks, and I am aware that people are able to astral project their spirit to harass people. Also, I think one of the reasons they targeted me was because when I was open on my Facebook status, I spoke about times where I had dissociated from my body. And I know that they like to choose victims that have this ability to leave their physical body so that not only can they attack them in the physical, but they can attack them in the spiritual realm as well. So the stalking started in December in Brighton when I was going to the library to study for my degree. There were men, definitely not students. They were trying to dress younger than their age, that were following me to and from and within the open library. One man in particular, my friend spotted him on my road outside my house. I'd seen him multiple times. He spoke to me and asked to meet up with me. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then I miraculously on my phone, the Sussex Police profile page came up, and he was on there wanted for sex offending crimes. So they had clearly rounded up a lot of criminals in the area to do their dirty work on me. The same week, I had the delight to find feces dropped off at my doorstep, and 2 of my friends also got held up by knife point. I rang the police to report the stalking. They were extremely dismissive and said nothing can be done because there's not been direct threat. And they asked me rudely if I had mental health problems, to which I answered honestly, no, other than slight depression from a rape that happened previously that I have now spoken out about publicly, and I believe that is why I'm being targeted. They said 2 officers would be around the following day to report the rape, however, they never materialised. Around this time, I had the most vivid dreams. One of them, which I'll refer back to later, was I was walking on this white beach and I came across one of my dresses with blood on it. I also saw this green marquee and a military helicopter fly over. The next night, I had this most iconic and symbolic dream of my back being scratched up by black cats. And 2 days later, this is my back. Hopefully you can see the scars. I'll explain how I got those in a moment. So despite all of this going on, I managed to hand in my dissertation in neuroscience with cognitive science. That night, everyone was celebrating because it was the end of term. All my friends went out into town, but given what was going on, I felt too anxious, so I had to stay in my house. But you know, my student house was a bit of a free-for-all. There were lots of people often getting intoxicated and people in and out. And this night in particular, there were lots of people I didn't know, and people were acting in ways to intimidate me. Don't ask me how, but all of a sudden I had this energy and this inner knowing that I was in danger of being attacked, that I was going to be made out to be psychotic and suicidal. So in a frenzy, I went onto the street and shouting for help. I didn't get any help. Instead, I got death threats shouted at me. One man made a grotesque remark about my body. So I got driven back into my house. But there was some real dark forces and energy there that night. I believe my drink had been spiked by someone that infiltrated the house, because next thing I know, I start hallucinating and feeling and seeing these dark shadows come onto me. All the lights in my room suddenly stopped working, and there was weirdly a smell of sulfur. You know, I didn't feel safe, so I climbed out my window in order to escape and went onto this flat ledge on my roof. Next thing, straight away, there's a man appears on the ground below and he calls up to me. Next memory is hearing an air ambulance or a helicopter, and suddenly I'm in this ambulance, and this very distinguishable, stern-looking man, not in scrubs, in a suit, says to me, "Honestly, your life's going to be a loop. We're aliens. Welcome to the government, baby," before slamming the door. My next memory is lying on my front, not in any pain whatsoever, but paralyzed and conscious. Next thing, group of 5 or 6 people storm up to me and surround me in a circle. And these people were nefarious. They weren't there to help me. I remember them violently slashing open my coat and a woman laughing. The incident happened on a night of full moon on the 25th of January, which is a night of sex, blood, abduction, sacrifice to prepare the victim for Candlemas. Whatever happened to me, I was in an induced or hypnotic trance. My medical notes written up by a doctor that was horrible to me in the hospital say Keri jumped 30 feet off of a roof and it was witnessed by police. This statement is completely fraudulent. I have since been in contact with Sussex Police and there were no police present at the scene. There's a 2-hour time gap that's not been accounted for, as they were called 2 hours later by someone in the house. My injuries don't seem as severe as what you would expect from a jump onto concrete for over 10 meters. My sternum is now, I probably won't be able to see, is very predominant, which doesn't make sense, but it would make sense if I was lying on my front struggling. The medical staff ignored this. So I was in the hospital, I was taken to the high dependency unit, and I have memories of fighting off with all my might all the sedatives and injections they were pumping into me. Bizarrely, my next memory and flashback is being in this huge underground cave, and these flashes of red, and my toes being next to burning candles. I now obviously have all these scars down my back, which don't make sense for the lower back surgery, which is what they told me I had. They look pretty ritualistic in an organized manner to me. And I have reasons to believe I was taken underground from the hospital to, you know, this place of satanic abuse. I was put on fentanyl for free.
Hopefully you were able to see some of that. Sorry, just brought that to a bit of an abrupt end for everybody, but I was trying to give you all a bit of a synopsis of where Keri is coming from with the plight that she's been through. We've really tried to get Keri back on this evening, but she's getting grabbled to the point where her laptop wouldn't even start back up or anything. It's a right shame, isn't it, Jim? It really
it is a shame. I think there's a higher power trying to stop a certain person talking, but
yeah,
I don't know.
No, there really is. There's no getting away from it. So what we thought we'd do is it'd be better to see Robin in person. Whoop, wrong way around. See Robin in person, and actually, you know, interview her face to face. I think that would be better, Jim.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better for all of you as well. We would have less tech issues, and you will then be able to hear her story, you know, properly instead of having to like struggle with like trying to listen to her. So what we'll do is we'll wrap up tonight's live stream. We will possibly go live tomorrow. We're definitely going to go live on Thursday. We have a stacked show for you on Thursday, so that is one not to miss. Trust me on that one. Just remember I told you Thursday. Just already get your clock set, 8:30. It's going to be a doozy. But in the meantime, I want to just remind you about this event that's happening this weekend. Eyes Wide Open and Friends present the Save Our Children peaceful protest in London on Saturday, the 12th of December from 1 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, and where else? Manchester this on the 12th.
Yes,
that as well.
Yep. And I think the Santas are on the go on Saturday as well. There's lots of stuff going on. There's all the Santas. All the Santas.
Where?
All the Santas. Bro.
Where?
Gays are in all the Santas. They're all going to go from Hyde Park, I think, to Parliament.
Oh, was it?
It's all popping off on Saturday.
So
everyone's getting out there on Saturday. So all the Santas, all the Save Our Children's, everyone's getting out there on Saturday, the 12th of December. The Save Our Children March.
And Chichester as well.
Oh, Chichester was doing something.
Chichester's
Go
doing
on,
one on
Chichester.
Saturday. Someone actually messaged me.
Go on.
How random, and said, on another page I've got, they said, do you know about any protests in Chichester? I was like, yes, I do actually, mate. I saw one earlier. It was like the most random thing ever.
Go on.
He was over the moon, and
love that.
It was at least I could be as helpful.
No, absolutely love that. So this one here is going to meet at a secret location, released on all social media about half an hour before the meet. So please spread the word. The Really Woke Show will be there covering all of the protests, all of the stuff, everything from start to finish, getting as much interactions from people, encouraging people like yourself that are watching to do a little bit more, get out a little bit more, speak up a little bit more, and do something about it.
Yeah. And stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. There's a lot of children that need people to shout about them that don't get much of a shout out.
Correct.
So let's get down there and get involved.
Yes. Don't start. Come on. All the centers. I've actually got it, you know. Hold on. Can you do me a favor? Is that all right? Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to get up like this, like halfway through the show and just be like, oh yeah, could you just do me a favor, Jim? But I actually got a message from Gazer today, and he sent me. I didn't get the video from outside the court either, you know. That's out of order. But I'm just going to forward that to you now, Jim.
Yeah.
And if you could do me a favor and just Skype it to me so I can show everybody that one as well, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that there's something for everybody. Ourselves, I'm afraid, won't be able to cover that because we're already covering the Save Our Children March. But I'm absolutely sure that there will be more than just us, the citizen journalists, out on the streets on Saturday. And I would encourage you, if you are a content maker, if you're someone that has a camera and you've got the setup to make content, and go out into the city and go and show everyone else what's going on. Yeah, it is, Keri. Well said, my darling. A lot of people do, Faisal. Yeah, if you could just pop that into Skype, that would be perfect. And we'll show everyone that. Yes, Just Joe said, turn up for the children. Katie, we love you too. Yep, no worries. I will do, my darling. I shall do. Thank you so much. And yes, have you sent that? Is that through? Yeah, lovely, jubbly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and open this up, and we might get tech grabbled, we may not, but I do want to let you know.
We're not having a very good day today. We got our other channel striked.
Yeah. And look, even my Skype's running slow as well.
I think they know about this channel as well. They thought, oh yeah, jump on that channel, will you? We'd grabble you again.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to show this one as well. Share the screen, application window. There we go. Hopefully everyone will be able to see that as well now. Can you? With a bit of luck, yeah? Can everyone see that? Lovely, jubbly. So yeah, as you can see, all the Santas are getting out there. And I'm not really quite sure what the Santa thing's about though.
Yeah. I'm not,
do you wanna let everyone know about the ideas for the Christmas merch that you wanted to get made?
I was gonna get a Christmas jumper, Santa's a pedo, but would have been, yeah.
So that's what I'm like. I don't know if there's like a hidden meaning within all of this. Like it's a kind of soft red pill to let everybody know, look, it's all everywhere, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The symbolism's everywhere.
Yeah.
I kid you not. Like, so by the way, guys, this is so yeah, that's another thing I want to give a disclaimer to as well. Thank you for that, Keri, my darling girl. With the video that we were showing you of Keri's, that's a little bit old, right? And obviously Keri has become a little bit more well versed with what she's talking about now. And it was when she was putting quite a lot of the pieces of the puzzles together. Obviously the link's there for you, but I think it's a nice progression to be able to show you how much progress she's made as someone who's actually speaking out about this now. And Keri, I can't stress enough.
Yeah, and I've seen her a lot of marches, really getting her voice out there. She's got her own megaphone. She's she's very active in what she's doing. She had a couple of she was with us when we got arrested, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Keri. So big up to her.
Yeah,
and she's been out. I've saw her back at the beginning of this, so she's been out from the beginning. Yeah. So
Luke said something there. I find it quite interesting.
That's what I said. Santa's a pedo.
Yeah.
But I don't want to upset anyone. But yeah, I don't really get involved with it all.
Look, Santander clause or Satan clause.
Yeah. There's a few things I've heard about it, but for my little boy, I've put up a couple of bits for him or whatever because he's at home. He's got it, so at his mum. So I'll put up maybe a little saying, but I won't be dressing up as Santa.
So without further ado, we will wrap it up for this evening.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a mare tonight, guys. We've been trying to get Keri on. That's why we were late, and then when she did get on, you saw what happened. So
not fair.
We're gonna have to try and reevaluate that one and try and get a pre-recorded one done and get it out to you as quick as possible. And then
we definitely will.
Yeah,
we definitely will.
And we'll try and get back on tomorrow with. It's a bit demoralizing as well, isn't it? When you keep trying, and then we could say, oh yeah, we're doing change gears a little bit, move over to something else, but we're all geared up for that one now. So let's just start again tomorrow. We'll try and see you all again tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, I'm still almost uploading the footage from the weekend in Manchester to the website
milking
as
that,
well.
aren't you?
I know, but wait till you see it. It's amazing. I'm also going to put a little bit of a promo for that on YouTube, but I'm not putting the full piece on YouTube. You really do need to go and sign up to the website to see the full content for a lot of the things that we're doing at the moment because of the censorship on YouTube. I mean this, guys. I can't upload it to YouTube. They won't allow me. They keep striking me for it because I don't know. It's either too contentious, too many people are talking against the World Health Organization, or it's freaking cyberbullying.
Don't say that word.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. We're not allowed to do any of that. So you can go to the website, www.TheReallyWokeshow.com, to see all of the content, all the contents, all the interviews, all everything's on the website, right? All you need to do is sign up with your email. You got access to the chat rooms. You got access to all the forums. You got access to all the content. What more could you want? Just for a little email address, just a quick ding, done. Yeah. Job's a good one. Access to everything. There is loads of information on the website. In the chat room, there are loads of posters there for a smorgasbord of events that are going on across the UK. There is a ton of forums there from the Save Our Children, Wellbeing, Mental Health, all of the events that are going on. There's all different regions across the UK that are in there as well. There's a ton of stuff, and you can just sign up for free. Sign up.
Yeah, you could have a quick. How did you get on Sunday? We forgot to mention that, didn't we?
No, I just did. You said I'm milking it now.
No, but I'm just saying how you did. You haven't mentioned how it went.
Listen, it was amazing. Please, there's 2 live streams on my YouTube. Really Woke Roxanne's channel that's now on a community strike. Happy days, not. There's also a bit of a live stream on Instagram, the Really Woke Show Live's Instagram as well. We did a bit of a stream on there. There was 2 amazing brothers who did an outstanding performance, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was amazing.
brilliant. It was really brilliant.
The march was amazing. Shout out to Stand Up Manchester. You did an absolutely amazing job of an absolutely successful march. There was a bit of a police line, but you calmly, coolly, and collectively just walked through it. And yeah, you did amazing. You did the country proud. You did the city proud. You got all of us.
I think they thought about a police line. They looked at the amount of people that went, nah,
they didn't want
it. We just
they
leave
didn't want it. Yeah, they didn't want it. So yeah, please check out the description below. See the link for the website. Sign up to the website so that you do not miss out. Sometimes there's bits and pieces on Facebook and on YouTube, but all of it is on the home of the show, which is the website, www.TheReallyWokeshow.com. I cannot stress that enough. Right, Jim?
Because I think our days are numbered, don't they?
They are on here. Big Tech
Definitely
sucks.
Numbered.
Big Tech sucks. All of you in the chat room. Luke, No New Normal, Woke Realist, Underground, Hayley, Katie, Kevin, Star Knight, Faisal, Spirit Level, Mr. Chuck Chambers, Goddess Nut. Yep, Lucky Stripe, T-Flip. In it. All the Santas. All of them. Sleeping Warrior, Owen Keeling as well. Lovely to see you. Just Joe as well. Underground, Katie, I see you there, my darling. Charlotte as well. Flatline, massive love and respect to you. Hannah Jones as well. Lovely to see you, sweetheart. Robert North as well. Local experimentalist. All of you in the chat room. I'm so sorry for all of the tech issues, but we will be live and direct definitely on Thursday. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll be definitely back on Thursday.
Yeah.
And we will be out covering the Save Our Children peaceful protest in London, the 12th of December from 1 p.m. onwards. It's big love from me.
Yeah, see you all hopefully tomorrow, if not Thursday.
Definitely. All right, my darlings. Take care. Bye-bye.